Hello students, in the previous class we had discussed about some properties on inverse trigonometric functions. So today in this session we will go for one more important property, and it's very important, that is tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy if x is positive real number, y is positive real number, and the product of x and y if it is less than 1. Next, tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. If x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0 and xy is greater than 1. Means this rule is applicable when this condition satisfies. So we'll see the proof. So before going to the proof, we'll see the graph of the tan inverse of x. So as we have discussed about the tan inverse of x, the domain is R and the range is open interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Means the set of input values will be on the x axis and outputs will be on the y axis. Now, if x is greater than 0, means it is a positive real number. So if we give any value in between 0 to infinity, the values will be in the values in between 0 to pi by 2. Means if x is a positive real number, then tan inverse of x lies in between 0 to pi by 2. Suppose if we give x is a negative real number, means which is below the 0, which is on the left side of the x axis, or if it is a negative x axis, then the values lies between minus pi by 2 to 0. If you are able to understand this, then it will be easy for solving this proof. Now, so what is the condition he has given? Suppose x is greater than 0 and y is another real number which is greater than 0. Then if x is greater than 0 means tan inverse of x is an angle lies between 0 to pi by 2. Then 0 less than tan inverse of x less than pi by 2, and y is also a positive real number, then it will also lies between 0 less than tan inverse of tan inverse of y, because y is the input, less than pi by 2. So what is tan inverse of x? It is an angle. So assume that tan inverse of x is alpha. So let tan inverse of x is equal to alpha and tan inverse of y is equal to some another angle beta. Now alpha lies between 0 to pi by 2 and beta also as angle lies between 0 to pi by 2. So therefore 0 less than alpha less than pi by 2, assume that it is 1, and 0 less than beta less than pi by 2 is also less than, where tan inverse alpha is equal to tan inverse of x implies x is equal to tan alpha, and beta is equal to tan inverse of y implies y is equal to tan beta. So we have chosen x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. If both are positive, then the angles lies between 0 to pi by 2. If both are negative, then the angles lies between minus pi by 2 to 0. So now coming to this, so tan alpha, x is equal to tan alpha and y is equal to tan beta. Now add 1 and 2 on adding 1 and 2 means 0 less than alpha less than pi by 2 plus 0 less than beta plus beta less than pi by 2. So it will be 0 less than alpha plus beta less than pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 means which gives to 0 less than alpha plus beta less than pi. Means the sum of the two angles lies between 0 to pi. And alpha plus beta 0 to pi means first quadrant as well as second quadrant. In first quadrant, alpha plus beta will be positive for 0 to pi by 2 and alpha plus beta is negative from 90 to pi. Therefore, 0 less than alpha plus beta is less than pi by 2 means among the 0 to pi from 0 to 180 degrees 0 to 90 alpha plus beta will be positive and alpha plus beta is negative in between pi by 2 to pi is positive and pi by 2 less than alpha plus beta less than pi is negative. Now as alpha plus beta is an angle lies between 0 to pi by 2 means we can have tan of alpha plus beta. Now tan of alpha plus beta is equal to tan alpha plus tan beta by 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. But what is tan alpha? Tan alpha is x and tan beta is y. Means it will be x plus y by 1 minus x into y. What is x? X is positive real number and y is also a positive real number. Means if we add two positive real numbers, the numerator will be positive. And what about the denominator? 1 minus xy. Since xy is less than 1, if xy is less than 1, what happens? 1 minus xy will be greater than 0. If you take xy to the right side, 0 less than 1 minus xy or 1 minus xy will be positive. Means numerator is positive, denominator is also positive. Then their fraction will be always positive. Means it is greater than 0. Means tan of alpha plus beta is a positive real number. So if it is a positive, then it lies between 0 to pi by 2. Now, so therefore alpha plus beta is equal to what? Take this tan inverse. So it will be tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. But what is alpha? Replace with the original. Therefore, tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So this is the proof for the first one. Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y will be tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy if x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0 and xy, the product of x and y, is less than 1. So this is very very important and we'll go for the second proof also, that is tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy if x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0 and xy is greater than 1. So in order to prove this second property, both are same but there is only slight difference in the condition. In this first case xy is less than 1, but in the second case it is xy is greater than 1. Now we will see, as these are the same thing, alpha tan inverse of x is equal to alpha and tan inverse of y is equal to beta. Now we on adding 1 and 2 we get 0 less than alpha plus beta less than pi, and we have seen that 0 to pi by 2 tan of alpha plus beta is positive. Now what happens if pi by 2 less than alpha plus beta less than pi? Now we'll take tan of alpha plus beta. So tan alpha plus tan beta by 1 minus tan alpha into tan beta. What is tan alpha? It is x. Tan alpha is x and tan beta is y. So it will be x plus y by 1 minus xy. Now we have to check whether tan of alpha plus beta is positive or negative. Now x is positive real number, y is also a positive real number. If you add two real numbers, then again we will get a positive, means the numerator will be positive. Coming to the denominator, 1 minus xy. But what is the condition is? Xy is greater than 1. Now what if you take to the right hand side, it will be 0 is greater than 1 minus xy. Or we can say 1 minus xy is less than 0. Means x is positive real number, y is positive real number, x plus y is also positive real number. But coming to the denominator, 1 minus xy is a negative real number. So positive by negative is always a negative which is less than 0. Means in alpha plus beta, 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2 is positive, and from pi by 2 to pi, as it is in second quadrant, so tan of alpha plus beta is negative. So therefore 0 less than alpha. Okay, so tan of alpha plus beta is negative in pi by 2 less than alpha plus beta less than 5. But we require, in order to find the inverse, the domain of the tan inverse is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So pi by 2 to pi, actually it is in second quadrant, but it should be in order to get the inverse, it should be in from minus pi by 2 to 0. So apply pi or subtract pi on both sides. Pi by 2 minus pi less than alpha plus beta minus pi less than pi minus pi. Means it will be minus pi by 2 less than alpha plus beta minus pi is less than 0. So now tan of alpha plus beta minus pi, we can have the value. So we'll check. It can be written as tan of minus alpha plus beta. Means if we take minus out, it will be minus pi minus alpha plus beta. Now it is like tan of minus theta. What is tan of minus theta? Minus tan theta. So minus tan of pi minus alpha plus beta. So now tan of 180 minus theta, tan of 180 minus theta is minus tan theta, but already one minus is there, so it will be plus. So it will be tan of alpha plus beta. So what is tan of alpha plus beta is x plus y by 1 minus xy. That is x plus y by 1 minus xy. So what we can have is tan of alpha plus beta minus pi is equal to x plus y by 1 minus xy. Apply the tan inverse, then what happens? Alpha plus beta minus pi is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. But what is alpha and what is beta? Alpha is tan inverse of x, beta is tan inverse of y, and take this minus pi to the right hand side. So what happens? Alpha plus beta minus pi. Again I am writing this step. Tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So what is alpha? Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to, take this minus pi to the right side, so it will be pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus x1. So this is the another property which is very very important. So we have, while solving the problems, we have to check the condition, which condition is getting satisfied. So first, before applying the formula, we have to check these two conditions: x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, or xy is less than 1 or xy is greater than 1. So based on the condition, we have to apply the formula. So we have seen this tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. Pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy if x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and xy is greater than 1. Now we will see one problem example based on these two conditions. Now we will see an example. Solve tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3. Means it is in the form of tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. So what is x? So x is equal to 1 by 2, which is greater than 0, and y is equal to 1 by 3, which is also greater than 0, and the product xy, what is xy? 1 by 2 into 1 by 3, 1 by 2 into 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 6, which is less than 1. Means it is in the form of, since x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and xy is less than 1, implies tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y can be, so what formula we can apply is tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So therefore, based on this formula, tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3 is equal to tan inverse of x plus y, means 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 by 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 3. So in calculation part, you should be thorough in the calculation. So tan inverse of, what is the LCM? 6 is the LCM, and the LCM, the numerators will be 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2, okay. So we'll go for the 6 is LCM. So 3 plus 2 by, again in the denominator, 6 is LCM. 6 minus 1. So tan inverse of 3 by 2, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 by 6 by, again 6 minus 1, 5 by 6. So it will be tan inverse of 1. So what is the value? What is the angle? Tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Because tan pi by 4 is 1. So pi by 4 is equal to tan inverse of 1. So tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Means tan inverse of 1 by 2 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3 is pi by 4. Now based on this property, we'll go for the next property. So the next property is tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. If x is less than 0, y is less than 0, and xy is less than 1. Means x is less than 0 means x is a negative real number. Y is less than 0 means it is also a negative real number. And the product, negative into negative becomes positive, but sometimes it may be less than 1. Next, minus pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. If x is negative real number, y is negative real number, and the product is greater than 1. So the proof is simple, and it is based on the previous property. So what is the property we have learned is, since tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So when x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and xy is less than 1. Now we will apply this concept for this problem. X is negative real number means some minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So assume that let x is equal to minus a where a is greater than 0, and y is another value, that is minus b where b is positive. Now, x is greater than 0 means minus, okay, x is less than 0. X is a negative real number means minus a is less than 0 means a will be greater than 0. Now, apply this concept. So, replace x with minus a and y with minus b. Now, tan inverse of minus a plus tan inverse of minus b. What happens? It will be tan inverse of minus x. In the previous session, we have discussed sin inverse of minus x, cos inverse of minus x, tan inverse of minus x, cot inverse of minus x, secant inverse of minus x, and cosecant inverse of minus x. So, in this, tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse of x. So, it will be minus tan inverse of a plus tan inverse of minus b will be minus tan inverse of b. So, if you apply negative, so it will be tan inverse of a plus tan inverse of b. Now, tan inverse of a is positive, b is also positive. And what about the product? Minus a into minus b means ab. ab is less than 1. ab is less than 1 means what we can have? Minus of tan inverse of a plus b by 1 minus a, which is minus tan inverse of a, but replace with our original value. What is a from this? As x is equal to minus a will be minus x. Minus x, b will be minus 5 by 1 minus x into minus 1. So, minus tan inverse of, if you consider minus out, minus, if I take minus 1 as common, minus 1 times of x plus y by 1 minus into minus, so it will be minus xy. But it is again in the form of tan inverse of minus x value. So, tan inverse of minus x is again minus tan inverse of x, but already one minus is there, so it will be tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. Means if x is less than 0, y is less than 0 and xy is less than 1, then tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y will be tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. Now, if x is less than 0, y less than 0 and xy is greater than 1, we will see the proof also. So, in order to prove the second property, we have already seen that tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy if x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0 and xy is greater than 1. So, but coming to this property, what is the condition? X is less than 0. So, in order to prove this, x is negative real number, y is negative real number. So, we'll be using this property. Let x is equal to minus a, where a is greater than 0, and y is equal to minus b, b is greater than 0. And what is the product? X into y. xy is equal to minus a into minus b, which is ab is greater than 1. Now, tan inverse of minus a plus tan inverse of minus b, because x is minus a and y is minus b. Let us take the LHS. Now, it is in the form of tan inverse of minus x. So, we can write as minus tan inverse of a minus tan inverse of b. So, minus common. So, it will be tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B, which is minus of, so tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B. So what is A? A is positive, B is positive, and the product AB is also greater than 1. Means we are talking this formula. If x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and the product xy is greater than 1, it will be pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So here it will be pi plus tan inverse of A plus B by 1 minus A. So multiply minus with each term. Minus into pi is minus pi. Minus into plus becomes minus tan inverse of A. But what is A? A is minus x. Minus x minus y by 1 minus x into minus 1. So if you take minus out, it will be tan inverse of minus x. So it will be minus tan inverse of x. But already minus is there, so it will be minus pi plus tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy. So this is the proof. When x is less than 0, y is less than 0, and the product xy is greater than 1. So next property. So the next property is, if x is positive real number, y is positive real number. Means if x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, then tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy. Means in the previous property we have seen tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. Now, so how to prove is, x is positive real number. If x is positive, means if x is the positive real number, then the output of tan inverse of x is an angle which lies between 0 to pi by 2, as we have seen in the graph. So let x is greater than 0 implies 0 less than tan inverse of x will be less than pi by 2. Okay, and if y is also positive real number, then tan inverse of y is a angle which lies between 0 to pi by 2. So let tan inverse of x is alpha, implies x is equal to tan alpha, and tan inverse of y is equal to beta, implies y is equal to tan beta. So therefore 0 less than tan inverse of x is alpha less than pi by 2, and 0 1 less than beta less than pi by 2 is second. If you multiply this inequality with minus sign, 0 will be greater than minus b is greater than minus pi by 2, implies we can write as minus pi by 2 less than minus beta less than 0. That is third equation. Now if you add 1 and 3, what happens? On adding 1 and 3, so 0 minus pi by 2 is minus pi by 2 less than alpha plus b minus beta, so it will be alpha minus beta less than pi by 2 plus 0 is pi by 2. Means in order to find the inverse, tan inverse, the output should lie between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So if the alpha minus beta is lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, then we can have the inverse. Now tan of alpha minus beta is equal to tan alpha minus tan beta by 1 plus tan alpha into tan beta But what is tan alpha? Tan alpha is x and tan beta is y. So replace x minus y by x plus y. No, it is 1 plus x into y. So therefore, what will be alpha minus beta? So it will be tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy. But what is alpha? Alpha is tan inverse of x and beta is tan inverse of y. So therefore, tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy. So this is another property. Tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y is tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus x, tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy. Next, if both are positive real numbers, this is the result. Now what happens if both are negative? We will see the property. So the another property is, if x is less than 0, y is less than 0, tan inverse of x minus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy. It is, the proof is very simple and it is similar to the previous property. So replace x with, as it is a negative real number, assume that x is equal to minus a, where a is positive, and y is equal to minus b and b is positive, and apply the formula. So you will get tan inverse of minus a minus tan inverse of minus b. If you prove it, you will get the same result. So tan inverse of x minus y by 1 plus xy. Now, so based on these properties, whatever we have discussed and whatever we have learned so far, so based on these properties, we'll go for problems from the exercise. So first problem. So there are now we'll see some problems which are basic and formula oriented. And if you remember the properties, then these problems will be very easy. So first problem is sine inverse of minus 1 by 2. It is like what? Sine inverse of minus x. But what is sine inverse of minus x? Is minus sine inverse of x. So it will be, so sine inverse of minus 1 by 2 is minus sine inverse of 1 by 2. So which will be minus pi by 6. Because sine inverse of 1 by 2 is 30 degrees. So minus pi by 6. So the angle sine inverse of minus 1 by 2 is minus pi by 6. So next problem, cos inverse of minus root 3 by 2. So it is in the form of cos inverse of minus x. So what is cos inverse of minus x? It is pi minus cos inverse of x. So this can be written as pi minus cos inverse of root 3 by 2. So pi minus, but cos inverse of root 3 by 2 is pi by 6, which is 5 pi by 6. So because cos 30 is root 3 by 2, cos inverse of root 3 by 2 will be 30 degrees. So pi minus pi by 6 for 5 pi by 6 means, as I told you, cos inverse, the domain of cos inverse of x is closer to minus 1 comma 1, and the range is from 0 to pi, means the angle should lie between 0 to pi. So 5 pi by 6 is the angle which lies between 0 to pi. Next, tan inverse of 1 by root 3. It's a direct question. It is tan inverse of pi by 6. Next, cot inverse of minus 6. So it is, now we have to find what is cot inverse of minus 1. So cot inverse of minus 1 means the output should lie between open interval 0 comma pi, but it is in the form of cot inverse of minus 6. So cot inverse of minus 6 can be written as pi minus cot inverse of x, that is 1. So it is pi minus pi by 4. So cot inverse of 1 is pi by 4, so it will be 3 pi by 4. Next, secant inverse of minus root 2. Again, it is in the form of secant inverse of minus x. Secant inverse of minus x is pi minus secant inverse of x. So this can be written as pi minus secant inverse of root 2, which is pi minus secant inverse of root 2 is pi by 4. So which is 3 pi by 4. Next, sin inverse of minus root 3 by 2. Sin inverse of minus x is again minus sin inverse of x. So minus sin inverse of root 3 by 2. So which is minus pi by 3, because sin 60 is root 3 by 2. Therefore sin inverse of root 3 by 2 is 60 degrees. That is pi by 3. Next, cos inverse of 1 by root 2. It's a direct value angle. It is pi by 4. Next, coming to the so secant inverse of minus root 2 is repeated. So it is 3 pi by 4. Next, sin inverse of sin 4 pi by 3. So we have discussed the composition function. Sin inverse of sin theta is theta if theta belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Cos inverse of cos theta if theta belongs to 0 to pi. Tan inverse of tan theta is theta if theta belongs to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So if you coming to the problem, sin inverse of sin 4 pi by 3, if you assume that it is 4 pi by 3, it's false, because 4 pi by 3 is a pi by 3 means 60 into 4 240. So 240 doesn't lies in between 0 minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So if for any given any angle, we have to bring into a known form, that is known domain, that is from closed interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So we'll see sin inverse of sin of 4 pi by 3 can be written as pi plus pi by 3. Now it is what form? Sin of 180 plus theta. Sin of 180 plus theta is minus sin theta. Sin inverse of minus sin pi by 3. Sin of 180 plus theta is minus sin theta. So minus. Now again sin inverse of minus x. Sin inverse of minus x is minus sin inverse of. So it is minus sin inverse of sin pi by 3, which is minus pi by 3. Minus sin inverse of sin pi by 3 is pi by 3. So the value of sin inverse of sin 4 pi by 3 is minus pi by 3. It is not 4 pi by 3, it is minus pi by 3. And minus pi by 3 belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Coming to the cos inverse of cos theta, it is in the form of cos inverse of cos theta is theta if theta belongs to closed interval 0 comma pi. But 4 pi by 3 is an angle which doesn't lie in between 0 to 180. So we have to reduce and bring into our format. Cos inverse of 4 pi by 3 means cos pi plus pi by 3. Now it is cos of 180 plus theta. Cos of 180 plus theta is minus cos theta. So cos inverse of minus cos pi by 3. But again it is in what form? Cos inverse of minus x. So it will be pi minus cos inverse x cos pi by 3. So which is pi minus cos inverse of cos theta is theta, because pi by 3 is the angle which lies between 0 to pi. So pi by 3. So which is 2 pi by 3. Pi minus pi by 3 is 2 pi by 3. Coming to the tan inverse of tan 4 pi by 3. Tan inverse of tan theta is theta if theta belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Means from minus 90 to plus 90. But 4 pi by 3 doesn't belongs to the domain minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this can be written as tan inverse of pi plus pi by 3. 4 pi by 3 can be written as pi plus pi by 3. Now it is in the form of tan of 180 plus theta. Tan of 180 plus theta is tan theta. So tan inverse of tan pi by 3, which is pi by 3. because pi by 3 is the angle which belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So we can have directly we can write as pi by 3. So sin inverse of sin 4 pi by 3 is minus pi by 3. Cos inverse of cos 4 pi by 3 is 2 pi by 3. Tan inverse of tan 4 pi by 3 is pi by 3. Next, we'll go for the second problem. So the second problem is solve. These are the composite functions. Sin of cos inverse of 5 by 13, tan of secant inverse of 25 by 7, cos of tan inverse of 24 by 7. So we'll see the solution one by one. So first one, what is given? Sin of cos inverse of 5 by 13. It is a composition function. So assume that cos inverse of 5 by 13 is a angle, because 5 by 13 is the input, cos inverse of x is the output that lies between 0 to pi. So let cos inverse of 5 by 13 is equal to alpha, implies cos alpha will be 5 by 13. So cos alpha is 5 by 13 means it is a positive. It lies between 0 to pi by 2, or we can say in the first quadrant. If you go by the graph, first, second, third, fourth. First, second, third, fourth. Now go for as cos alpha is positive means go for one right angle triangle in first quadrant with alpha. So cos alpha is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So this will be 5, hypotenuse is 13, and whatever about the opposite side will be, it's 12. Coming to the question is sin cos inverse of 5 by 13. So therefore sin of cos inverse of 5 by 13 is equal to sin cos inverse of 5 by 13 is alpha. So this becomes sin alpha. But from the right angle triangle, what is sin alpha? Opposite side by hypotenuse. So opposite side is 12 by 13. So sin of cos inverse of 5 by 13 is 12 by 13. Next, we'll go for the second one. It is also similar. Let secant inverse of 25 by 7. Let secant inverse of 25 by 7 is, assume that it is beta. From this, what we can have is secant beta is 25 by 7. Means again it is positive. So go for one right angle triangle in the first quadrant for beta triangle, that is beta. Secant beta is 25 by 7 means hypotenuse by adjacent side. So hypotenuse will be 25, adjacent side is 7, and what about this is 24. So what is the question is? Therefore tan of secant inverse of 25 by 7 is equal to tan secant inverse of 25 by 7 is beta, so tan beta. But what is tan beta from the right angle triangle? Opposite side by adjacent side. So it is opposite is 24, by adjacent side is 7. So tan of secant inverse of 25 by 7 is 24 by 7. Next, cos of tan inverse of 24 by 7. Third. So let tan inverse of 24 by 7 is some theta. So tan theta becomes what? Tan theta is equal to 24 by 7. So go for the one right angle triangle, that is theta. Opposite side is 24, adjacent side is 7, and this hypotenuse will be 25. Now the question is cos of tan inverse of 24 by 7. So therefore cos of tan inverse of 24 by 7 is equal to cos theta. But what is cos theta from the right angle triangle? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So it will be Adjacent side is 7 by 25 is the hypotenuse. So these are the properties we have discussed in this session and some problems. Go through once again the properties and we'll come back with the few more problems in the next section. Thank you.